The Detroit Lions have the 6th pick and the 18th pick. Everybody knows that by now. If you are a avid Detroit Lions fan like myself, you're going to know that that is the case. The Rams, the end of the Matthew Stafford trade is upon us with that 6th pick. So with the 6th pick in this year's NFL draft, we will be free of the Matthew Stafford connection until he inevitably returns to retire a Detroit Lion. But coming from Lions Wire, Daniel Jeremiah did a mock draft today. And the Lions are on everybody's radar. Everyone's talking about Detroit City because we are the hottest thing since toast, right? So they put us out. He did his mock draft. Now him, Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Bucky Brooks, everybody does a mock draft. And these two people I have not seen before, and I want to ask you, how do you feel about these picks? Because this is new to me. This is like, it's Christian Gonzalez, it's Jalen Carter, it's Will Levis, it's this, it's that, it's tomato. But these are different. I haven't seen these. And I want to know what you think. With the 6th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, Illinois. According to Jeremiah, he says this: he is dripping with instincts and possesses outstanding ball skills. His feisty play style would fit the culture of Dan Campbell and company and what they are building. The Lions found immediate success with 2022 with Witherspoon's former roommate and safety Kirby Joseph. Given the Lions' need for an outside corner who can play man coverage and make plays on the ball, Witherspoon is an easy sell, even as high as the number 6 pick. So this would be, with the number 6 pick, the Detroit Lions would get his teammate and roommate of Kirby Joseph, Devin Witherspoon. Paul says something to think about. This could be the Lions' last high draft pick for a while. This is very important. That is facts, Paul. That is facts. Finkel says, win pick. Lions Mania says, I love it. Witherspoon could be had at 18. Jeff, we're going to get there. Nate says, what's up, Nate? A little reach, but not bad. Okay, would you say, Nate, would you in the chat say that Jameson Williams was a reach at 12? Be honest, this is a safe space. He might be worthy of a top pick, says Lions Mania. Lions could trade down and still get him. Trade down. Okay, so Patty is of the notion that we might trade out of that 6th overall pick and come down. Nick says he was still at 12. Okay. Nate says, I thought it was a reach. I thought it was a little bit of a reach, too, knowing that he wasn't going to be an asset for year 1. So, but I've seen J-Mo as a dog. That's for sure. He's a dog, but he's a dog that we need to let off the collar, off the leash next year. So, Devin Witherspoon, Kirby Joseph, roommate and teammate. That's unique. A lot of mock draft experts have us taking a cornerback, which is, it's a need. And again, I can't hold Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell accountable for Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn's mistake. So Okudah is a burn. Like, that stings, but I can't blame them for that. And we desperately need a corner. But we got to talk about one. Don't forget about free agency. And if the Lions take a corner, they may or may not draft a corner either. So we got to think about that as well. I know we're skipping ahead to the draft, but we have to remember as well that we have the free agency period. With the 18th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Trenton Simpson, linebacker, Clemson. Now, this one to me is a hard sell. says Simpson is at best in the passing game, both in coverage and as a blitzer between the tackles. He would presumably replace Alex Anzalone in that role in Detroit. Now, to me, this is a stretch because we already know how Brad Holmes feel about linebackers high. These are his words. His words. If you look at Brad Holmes' linebacker draft, we took Derek Barnes in the 5th round in 2021. We took Malcolm Rodriguez in 2022. We also took James Houston, who started off in college as a linebacker. They moved him to edge, but he can play both. He's more dominant in the edge position. So this one here, I don't see this happen. Whether Alex Anzalone comes back or not. By the way, he was on a show yesterday talking about the culture in Detroit. But whether he comes back or not, I think this is a reach. Because Brad, we didn't take Nakobe Dean. We didn't take anybody. We didn't take a linebacker in 2022 in the first 5 rounds. Brad Holmes is not high on high linebacker drafts. So this one here, shout out to Daniel Jeremiah, but we know more about our GM than he does. Jeff says no linebacker till 2nd or 3rd. And Jeff, I feel like that's too high for Brad. Brad has not taken a linebacker higher than the 5th round. So why would he start now? And it was some studs came out last year. And we passed on all of them until we got the hidden gem of Malcolm Rodriguez. So I would say that we have no 4th round pick. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that it would surprise me if, 2 things. One, Brad Holmes is going to trade up. He's going to trade up. My guess is in the later half of the draft, we have no 4th round pick. My guess is he's going to try to get one. He's going to put something together, some package to come up in the 4th round. Because we got to get somebody in that 4th round. We have no 7th. We have 1 5th and 2 6th. So what I think he's going to do is I think there'll be a trade up. And I would be surprised if he takes a linebacker in one of the top 5 picks. That's just my opinion based on what he's already done. We took Derek Barnes in the 5th. We took Malcolm Rodriguez in the 6th. If we're going to do anything, y'all like Levante David is too old. Levante David is playing at a high level. There's other linebackers, that he could take as well in free agency. But if you look at our free agency room, we got Anzalone and 2 draft picks. Anzalone may or may not be back. Even if he does come back, will Derek Barnes be back? We know Malcolm will be here, right? We got Chris Board. Some really, our linebacker room is pretty sad. So I think we do improve, and I think that we are going to, I wouldn't rule out free agency the same way he's done it before. Denzel says, I would not be surprised if we had depth on the offensive lineman with 6th pick. I feel like linebacker is too risky in the 1st round. Get like Jack Campbell or Owen Pappoe in the 3rd round. So those are my thoughts. My thoughts are that Trenton Simpson is a reach, but I could see us definitely taking a cornerback at 6 because we need one. We desperately need one. He could also take someone else at 6 and take a cornerback at 18. But the beauty about the draft is we don't know until it's here.